Hello, hello. Today is Tuesday, is it? Tuesday, March 4th, 2025, and I'm Jason Shapiro, and welcome to another day of trading in Trump world. So, the markets got off to a really bad start this morning. Right before, a couple hours before they opened, they started to drop overnight, and then once the market actually did open, it really dropped pretty hard. And we know the tariffs and this and that. But what was interesting is something I like to point out a lot is that the whole way down, as it really started to drop earlier in the day, the Nasdaq was leading the whole way. And by leading, I mean it was down less than everything else. The Nasdaq should, most days, lead the market which way it's going. So on a down day, the Nasdaq should be down the most, and it wasn't. The whole way down, it wasn't. And that was pretty prophetic, because then the market really rallied back, and just kept rallying in people's face. And then, just when you thought that was good, we hit about 3:30, and there was just a tank. I don't know why. My guess is because people were buying the dip. I heard a lot of buying the dip talk today, by the way, which I don't particularly like. And so they bought the dip, and then, they paid. And then after they paid, it rallied back. And then, of course, very late in the day here, right after the market closed, we had Lutnick come out and say, oh, well, these tariffs, might be gone tomorrow. And so the market kind of rallied back, right? So fun. You know what I mean? Unless you got a direct line to these people, I don't know how you're going to get that edge there, which is why I keep saying this is really a time to be small. This is really a time to not be taking huge amounts of risk, because the volatility and the uncertainty, markets are always uncertain, but this uncertainty based on just random tweets or whatever is a difficult place to navigate, and it will go away eventually, and things will be easier, and you want to be alive when things get easier. You don't want to lose a bunch of money in this environment, because it's kind of silly season. And in silly season, obviously gold has a tendency to go up, which it did. People are looking for something for safety. Silver followed. But I have to say this, and I've mentioned this in a number of videos and stuff that I've done. The first sign that things are going to get really bad, to me, is if we get the trifecta, which is stocks down, bonds down, and dollar down. That means money is leaving the country, to me. And that's going to be a problem. It doesn't mean that every time that happens, that means the world's about to end. But I can assure you that if the world were about to end, that would be the first thing to happen. And that really happened today. I mean, the S&P did close down today. Bonds couldn't get a bid all day. Even when they were, even when the market was going down, right? Bonds caught a slight bid, but by here, which is when the market really started to tank, they couldn't make new highs. They weren't really getting a bid. And then, of course, as soon as stocks rallied, bonds got crushed. But even, even when stocks started to tank again late in the day, bonds weren't really getting a bid. So I just think it's a warning. It could be a warning sign here, right? It's very important. In these other days, bonds were getting a bid. As the market was going down for the last couple of weeks, bonds were getting a bid. And today it didn't. And the dollar clearly also was very bad today. The pound, which, is my trade, so I'm a little bit biased to it, but the pound, again, on a new high today, right? New closing high today, right? But everything, the euro was even stronger, right? And recall that back here, when speculators had gotten massively short, all in here, we were told that the euro was almost a guarantee to hit parity 1-to-1 with the dollar. And lo and behold, everybody got short, and it's rallied back. And that shortness has come out of it now, so the risk reward there is obviously changed since then. But nevertheless, the dollar is down today. Bonds were down today. The S&P was down today. Keep an eye on that. because that is a sign that money is not going anywhere in the U.S. It's just coming out, and we understand why. People don't like our leadership, it seems, at this point. At least the international people don't. And maybe people are just pulling money out of here. And that could be, they could be doing that at exactly the wrong time as well. And the markets will tell us that. Mr. Trump speaking tonight. He's going to give one of his speeches. This is a big one. And I'm sure it's going to have all sorts of, Trumpisms in there. And we'll see how the markets react to that. But, the fun has not ended yet. And I will continue to say now is a good time to be careful. And I'll end on Bitcoin, which really rallied well off of the lows today, to say the least, right? I mean, we were down at 81 this morning, and we finished the day at 88. This one's hugely volatile, too. The volatility is really picking up, as we know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Let's see. I've tried to get long in the Dow a couple times, has not worked. Stopped on 2 of them. But again, we have a good speech tonight. All these, I think, economic numbers and all that are take a backseat at this point to the tweet fest and the speech fest going on by the leadership. So, a Trump speech tonight is bigger news than like the employment report, so let's see what he says. Let's see how people react. Let's see how crazy it is. And let's see how the market reacts. That's all we can really do. All right. So those are kind of my thoughts today. I hope that's helpful. Please like the video if you like it. Questions, comments, always welcome. You know the story. Check us out. Crowded Market Report, free Substack, YouTube videos, webpage, etc., etc. Okay. Hope everyone's doing okay out there, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks.